Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us once again for another edition of the Community Class Interviews. As you know, it's not about how many followers you have. It's all about bridging the gap and introducing you to the next generation's leaders. And tonight we have for our Boogiezone next generation, next gen, Mr. Kenneth Espiritu. I wanted to say it in Spanish. He said, "No, I'm Filipino." Espiritu. But thank you for absolutely burning up the floor. I really wish the kids would start giving shoe ovations again, but then again, you might have been mollywopped into a whole other week if everyone took their shoes off and threw them at you.
We should just throw masks.
Yes, actually, yes. Right now, for COVID times, mask throw. Ah, COVID.
Which one's mine? Which one's mine? Oh.
Exactly. That's great. That's all right. We're brainstorming, right? If you didn't get COVID, you got your mask back.
That's so true.
But first question, how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing since the 4th grade, formal training. So I started off at the lab when I was around 8 and now I'm 17, so around 9 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So then how long would you say you've been dancing seriously?
Seriously? Probably 7 years. That's when I finally joined a team and that's when I started taking dance seriously. When I started seeing it as a career was around 8th grade. Yeah. And since then I've been trying to book some jobs, trying to spread what I know about dance to everybody else. And that's what I think seriously. Just being able to share what you know to other people on a bigger platform. Okay.
So you have a couple of credits to your name right now. I mean, being with the lab is already a credit in itself. Being a gravy baby is also a credit in itself because of the foundational structure that you guys have. What are some of the other credits that you have currently?
Currently, from the besides gravy in the lab and all the jobs that I've gotten from that, I was the captain and choreographer for my high school dance team. Prior to me coming, there was no hip hop program. Yeah. It's not something really that I show off and stuff like that, but that dance team and cultivating it to a team that's gotten national championships and stuff like that, that's something that is a big credit that I take personally and that I'm really proud of.
Nice, nice. That's a wonderful thing. That's exactly what the next gen does. It's the next generation's leaders. It's wonderful. So the piece that you did tonight, what was the inspiration for it?
The inspiration for it was really just how when I feel confident about dancing, I just wanted to bring that to other people because I think one of my biggest strengths when I'm dancing is my confidence. And I was like, you know what, what song can I do? Oh, confident. Yeah. And I wanted people to feel that energy that tour dancers and artists feel when they're dancing. So I chose a song that was a live mix so then they can really picture themselves on that stage and just, feel the energy and really project it to other people.
That was, okay, so that's actually really thoughtful. And that's something that I would have never thought about, but then again, I'm not a professional dancer.
No.
But I gotta say, the energy and the style that you have, it's very much so, it's it is an internal thing, but then when you push it out, it's extremely, the confidence is there, but it's I don't know, it's potent if you want to call it that. How long have you had that flavor in your movement, that potency?
I'd say it's only came around my senior year, so last year, that's when I really found myself being deeply rooted in this style of big movement, really exaggerated facials and stuff like that. I think during COVID, it was hard for me to practice and dance inside my room. So finally getting out of the house and being in the studio again made me want to move and really take over the space and inspire other people to want to dance again. Yeah. So I think that's where the scale of my movement comes from. Yeah. And then also from that, the intricacies, the little intricacies that I'm trying to incorporate, that comes from me joining my new dance team, Gravy Babies, because I'm so used to a big style and a place where I trained in like movements that were like huge and like really like exhausting. So, yeah, I think that's like where I'm trying to be at. The incorporation of intricate and big.
Okay. So talk about where you feel like you should be or where you think you want to be in dance in your career in the next 2 years.
In the next 2 years, I definitely want to book a world tour. That's a big dream, but I know I can do it. Like for like big artists, I just love traveling and I love dancing. And if I can incorporate those two, I think that'd be a great thing. And also, I think tour is like a really big like dream for me because of how many people you meet and how many people you connect with on that journey. So
very much so.
I think finding like the right people along that path, like in these fresh years that like I'm going to like pursue dance as a career, I want to meet those people that I can really trust for like the next years on later on. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So who are your inspirations in dance right now?
Right now, my big inspirations in dance are, for choreography, always going to be Isabel Capitula, always going to be Sienna, always going to be Zach Milne, but career-wise, I think like Joya Jackson and Tasir, they're always doing like stuff with like my favorite artists. Like they're always dancing with like Megan, Doja, Beyonce, all those performances, and I just want to be part of like something that big.
Okay, so it sounds as if you have big dreams, big plans, and that requires a lot of at times sacrifice.
Yes.
That is what I wanted to ask you with what you've been doing in your career and moving towards dance as being your career. What do you think is probably the biggest sacrifice that you've had to make, being that you're only 17?
I think the biggest sacrifice so far is just my time, because right now it's a lot of training that I need to do, but also a lot of like school. School is also a very important thing to me, so getting ready for that and also trying to be like the best dancer that I can be was a really hard thing to find balance to. And sometimes I'd have to miss school to go to rehearsal, and so back and forth. But I think I found a way where it kind of balances each other out. So it's less of a sacrifice and more of a dynamic duo that works together.
Okay. And your parents are, we have a lot of parents that do show up and they bring their kids and they stay until 10:30, 11 sometimes, waiting for their kids to finish the classes, but they're very, very supportive of their children doing these things. You have your support group that includes your parents and your friend group that actually came tonight, the GRV.
Love you guys! Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry for that class. That was probably so long. Headphone warning, please. But my support system means the world to me. My parents, while they don't support dance 100%, they're always there for the big moments. They're always there for the late nights when I need food or I need water. I need a little bit of push and support. They just want me to think realistically, but of course, if I want to shoot for my dreams, they're gonna support me. And my friends, they mean the world to me. They're like my biggest encouragements, and like they're the voice in the back. They cancel out the bad voice in the back of my head that tells me that I can't do it. So I'd be nothing without them.
Nice. That support. That's what the community is.
You need to support others.
It's community. Here's your plate, Devin.
No, you finished some of your plate. Here, have some of mine.
There you go, exactly. Full.
Thanks. I'm gonna finish.
You gave him dessert, but not me? Wow.
Next to last question. So, there was a part in Nicole and Shaden's choreo about a month ago that made you kind of stand out a little bit more for me, and it was during your freestyle. It was,
I hate freestyling, so that's kind of the same here.
And it's interesting, you hate freestyle, and that was what made me go, woo! Yeah, so, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was a part where you took the energy in and you flared it out, and it was just like, okay, I see you. Here's another plate, sir. Here's another plate. What are those moments for you? Like, you hate freestyle, but how do those moments feel for you?
I think I hate freestyling because I feel like I'm lacking my control. Because when I'm doing choreo, like I control what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, I can alter it any way that I want. But in those moments, it's really just character and performance that's holding me down. And even though I feel like I'm out of control, I think it gives off like the purest form of like how I'm feeling in the moment.
Yeah.
And like all the energy that people give me, like I'm just trying to add on to that and add on to that. So I think that's where the wow factor comes from that, but that's also why I don't like it. But I mean, it's worked out for me in the past, so I think I'll learn to love it.
Yeah. Okay. So the last question is when you have to think a little bit about. So you want to travel. You do want to travel the world. If you had to make a choice between traveling the world with an artist that you cannot stand or doing a 2-city residency with an artist that you absolutely love, which one would you
I
choose?
picked the 2-city residency over any time. You have to protect your peace, first of all. Like, if I went on that world tour with an artist that I hate, then I'll start to hate dance. But if I stay in that city, with the artist I love, I'll learn to love the city. I'll learn to love the whole process about it. But you gotta protect what you like, and I can't stand people. So if I can't stand you, I just won't be with you. Like, easy choice. So that's why.
That was so easy. It was so simple. Didn't think at all. It was like, this one's locked and loaded.
I'll stay in these 2 cities forever.
Exactly. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your light. Thank you for your inspiration. And thank you all for joining. Once again, this is BZ Next Gen. Kenneth Espiritu.
If you really want to get into it,
Espiritu. That's what it is in Spanish and however else you want to say. I don't know if they say it in Tagalog as Espiritu.
I think so.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I don't speak Tagalog. I just know how to say the word Tagalog.
Amazing cookie. Amazing Girl Scout cookie, by the way. Tagalog.
Exactly.